I want you to do something. Don't look anything up yet. Just answer this in your head. How much do you think you spent eating out last month? Fast food, sit down restaurants, DoorDash, coffee runs, the drive through on the way home because no one felt like cooking. Take a guess. Just a number. Now, here's what the data actually says. The average American spends about $329 a month eating out. For families with kids, close to $500 a month. Nearly $500 a month every single month on food that's mostly forgotten by the next day. Most people who hear that number say, that can't be us. Not us. We don't eat out that much. But when they go back through their bank statements, they find out they're much closer to the average than they thought. And that moment of seeing the real number is usually the moment where everything starts to change. The free guide I share below is built around this exact idea. Seeing what is actually happening with your money, not what you think is happening. It's linked below and I'll show you how it works in a minute. Here's what I've learned after almost 20 years of tracking every single dollar. Most financial stress doesn't come from big, obvious mistakes. It comes from the small, invisible ones. The $12 lunch here, the $8 coffee there, the $45 dinner because it was Thursday, the DoorDash order at 9 p.m. because the day got away from you. None of those feel like decisions. They feel like survival. But when you add them up at the end of the month and see the actual number, it stops feeling like survival and starts feeling like a choice. And that's actually good news because choices can be changed. And I want to be really clear about something. This was never about eating out. We eat out. We love a really good meal and have made intentional decisions to spend money on food experiences that matter to us. But the operative word there is intentional. When I actually looked at what we were spending on food that we didn't enjoy, drive-thrus that we didn't love, convenience meals we don't remember, coffee runs that added up to hundreds of dollars, I realized we weren't making decisions, we were just reacting, and reacting is expensive. So here's what I did. I made one decision, and I stopped remaking it every time I was tired or hungry or it just didn't feel like cooking. The decision was this: we don't spend money on food that we don't enjoy. That sounds simple, but let me show you what it actually means. Fast food on a road trip that nobody really wanted, we pack a cooler instead. Not because we're cheap, but because we genuinely don't care about that food. It wasn't worth it to us to eat at McDonald's. A really good meal at a restaurant that we love for a special occasion, absolutely. No guilt, no second guessing, because that aligns with what we actually value. I made that decision once, and now I don't remake it every time we're driving somewhere and we see the fast food signs. The decision has already been made. That one decision alone removed hundreds of small negotiations from our life and freed up money for the things that actually matter to us. This is what I call decide once, and it works for way more than just eating out. Here's what to actually do. Step 1, find out what you're actually spending. Go back through last month's bank or credit card statement and add up every restaurant charge, every coffee shop, every delivery order, every drive-thru. Don't judge it yet. Just get that real number. That number is probably going to surprise you. And that surprise is the whole point, because you can't make a good decision if you can't see something. Step 2, ask yourself one question. For each category of spending, did that bring you real value? Or was it just convenience? Or a habit? Or exhaustion? Or poor planning? You're not trying to eliminate joy. You're trying to eliminate spending that doesn't even register as joy. Step 3, Make the decision once. Decide what eating out means for your family, not as a rigid rule, just as a principle. Maybe it's we don't eat fast food, but we do sit down dinners we actually enjoy. Or we do one intentional meal out per week and that's it. Or drive-thrus is off the table, but DoorDash on a genuinely hard night is fine. Whatever it is, write it down. Make the decision and stop remaking it every time you're hungry at 7 o'clock at night. This is exactly why I'm sharing the free guide, because this is what's going to help you. It gives you a place to see what you're actually working with, not estimates, not guesses, but real numbers. And once you can see the real numbers, you can make real decisions. It's linked below and it's free. I've used it for almost 20 years to make sure that my money is going where I want it to go. Here's what I want you to take away from this. You're not bad with money. You're probably just reacting instead of deciding. And reacting is expensive. Not because you're reckless, but because small, invisible decisions add up in ways that are really hard to see until you actually look. The fix isn't a complicated budget with 50 categories. It's not an app that tracks everything automatically. It's just look what's happening. Make a decision about what you want instead and keep it. That's it. That's the whole thing. You don't need to be a math person, thank goodness. You don't need to be organized in a way that you've never been organized before. You just need to see your money clearly and make decisions once instead of 100 times. The free guide is linked below, and that's the best place to start. And if you want to see what I do every single month to make sure that nothing sneaks up on me, watch this video next.